What's up everybody, it's Shay Plays Zombies here and welcome back to another zombie video. And today I'm only going to go through with you the guide on how to get the Easter egg done as quickly as possible. Well, as quickly as you need to get it possibly done anyway. It's just how fast that I did it. So let's get into it, shall we? First thing you need to do is go and turn on the power. Now the power is going to be in 3 areas, and that is the military command area, the data center and the mission control. In order to turn the power on, you need to turn them on with 500 points and kill as many zombies so that the charge meter fills up to full. After completing this step, go back to the spawn area in the village and go and talk to Ravenov. He's going to be talking to you about the Pac-Man's machine and how the forge area is completed, and then it will give you some insight and that you do not need to die down easy, and that you need to go and speak to Peck inside his office, inside of mission control. Go to mission control and go to the window underneath the stairs, and Peck will be there in his window. Hold X onto Peck to speak with Dr. Peck, and he will give you some insight and some details on what he is here for and what your mission is going to be. Once Peck is finished talking, then go back to spawn after Ravenov is completed talking, and then you will need to go to the window and hold X to speak with Ravenov. And now Weaver will be talking about Ravenov's big plan to get Peck to give you the truth. Wait for Ravenov to finish talking, and then he will be able to give you a key card at the front of the window, which you can then pick up to go and get the free serums that you will need to get the truth serum in order to get Peck to give you the truth that you need. Now there are going to be 3 locations on where you can get these serums with the key card, and the 3 are going to be in the equipment storage area, the engineering area, and the colonel's office area. To get the serum, you go up to the locker, you hold X on the door, and it will reveal the truth serum inside the door. Hold X to pick up the truth serum and do this for all 3. What you want to do next is go to the field hospital in the middle of the map. There will be a strange contraption on the table. What you want to do to this strange contraption is go up to it and hold X. It will start to field and mix the combines that you have found in the serum. Now be very cautious, as in this point there will be a lot of hellhounds spawning, as one Dr. Strauss or anyone else would say, "Schmel, you idiot, you must be careful," or "Butterfingers, because you have mixed it wrong." Hence that means the hellhounds are going to spawn. Now there isn't going to be that many, but there will be enough to cause you problems if you do not have Juggernog with you or any shield, so just be careful of that. Once this is all over though, however, make sure to transfer to the gas, pick it up, and then go to the mission control area behind it where the vent should be, and hold X on the vent. Next up, going back to where Dr. Peck is in his office, and you will see gas going into his office. Now, all you have to do is literally just watch him do some funny dance moves, and then as soon as you see the X come up saying speak with Dr. Peck, hold with Dr. Peck, because you do not want to be waiting a long time, because it's just a waste of time. So as soon as X comes up to speak with Dr. Peck as you go into the window, hold it and it'll just make your life a lot easier. Then after that, head towards the data center, and as soon as he stops talking, you will see this machine right here. Hold X to unlock the machine, and there you will get something called an essence trap. Now what you need to do here is very difficult and very tedious, so I suggest you listen very closely as to what I'm going to be telling you as of now, as this step can be really repetitive and quite annoying at times. There are going to be 3 special types of mimics that you need to find around the map. Now these can only spawn once per round, so this is why I'm suggesting that you be really careful and listen to what I'm saying. The first mimic can either be in the village, the motor pool, or the Juggernog room. This is where you need to be very careful, because the essence trap only captures zombies that are really weak health. As you can see, my mimic here is in really weak health, and is the only way that the essence trap can capture the mimic. Once you've gotten your mimic, run back to the data center and hold X on the place where you originally unlocked the essence traps. If done correctly, Weaver should congratulate you and give you one of the victorious lines.
That's one of the activation codes. Just need to find the other one.
If you do by chance accidentally kill your mimic in the required area, do not worry, do not hesitate, just move on to the next round and look for the 3 places and your mimic will be there. If you do by chance go into the village and there's a mimic there and your trap destroys itself and you come back to get another one, and if a mimic spawns while you are back in the Firebase, capture that mimic, and that should be the mimic that you need. If not, then just ignore it, go on to the next round, and then the mimic will spawn in a different one of those 3 areas that you need. A way to check if your mimic is in the right spot is that if you go into the village, for example, you will see items on the floor, for example a combat bow, a trouble gunner that you can't pick up. If you run past one of them and you can't pick them up, so they stay there and you can't hold X to pick them up, that means your mimic is in that area, but just somewhere along the lines of that specific area. So if you look around that specific area for other items and a mimic spawns in that area that you know you can't pick up, that means that's that mimic. As you can see here, I'm running through Juggernog, and there is a scrap there which did not pick up. And I'm looking around because I know, and there's another grenade there which I did not pick up. So therefore, if I know that it's not picking it up, or not giving me option to pick up, I know that my mimic is here somewhere like that. Once you obtained all 3 mimics that you need, you will hear, we either talk about the second activation code or whatever thing you need, and you will hear this, downloading contents to disk. Now that is perfect, that is meaning you've completed all 3, congratulations, you have done that step, one of the hardest steps to do, well done. Next, go up to the computer itself and pick up the floppy disk that has been transcribed to you. Then move over to mission control, where the armor area is, next to the actual mission control entrance, and hold X next to this machine, which will then open the PC center for you. Take a couple of seconds to open, but the OPC will open, don't worry about that. Then you will see the dark ether portal open, and then you will need to wait a couple of seconds while it malfunctions. And then once it malfunctions, you will then need to go back into the actual mission control center itself, and then you will need to talk to Dr. Peck. We've all said that you need to stabilize the portal and that you want the truth, and that Peck will go on about saying that he's betrayed his country. And then Ravenov will talk about crystals, and now here's where the main step really gets a bit tedious, and you also do need the Reiki for this step. If you do need help getting the Reiki, there is a guide on my channel on how to craft it, but it is a bit tedious if you're trying to do the Easter egg before round 10 or anything like that, because one of the steps do require round 15. Go over in here, pick up the shovel, and then you will go wait for Peck to finish talking, and then you'll wait for Ravenov to finish talking, and then you will go back to Peck's window over here. Ravenov will continue to give you a passcode, and he'll go, the code is 7260. Now, you do not need to worry about this code and remember it in any way. Your character will remember it for you, and then go over to this locker here and hold X. This will give you like a reader sort of thing. And now this is very important because you now need to look against 3 crystals around the map. You're going to be doing the Reiki one here. Just bear in mind this one does not require any order whatsoever. You can do whatever order you want. You want to go back to the doors of the field hospital and go towards this door here, and you will hear beeping sound to indicate you. Hold X to dig, and the crystal will teleport away for you. Look closely to the gas coming off it. Now, get your Reiki out for this and switch to the grenade launcher version. You need to shoot on the ether crystal with the Reiki grenade launcher, or else it'll teleport away from you. Hold X to collect the ether crystal. The next one is by the open lot right here in the corner. Now this one's a bit more high tech, because you don't need the Reiki for any of the other 2, just the first one that I've shown. Now for this step you need to find, there are going to be, well I say you need to find, you do need to find them, but there are going to be ether containers all across this area. And you can see I'm looking through them, and you need to try and find the one that does not have any black smoke in them whatsoever. You need to try and find one that has entirely white smoke and no black smoke whatsoever. This can be kind of confusing at first, but once you do see the one with white smoke and no black smoke, you will see the difference entirely. The game will kind of help you out, and will be constant beeps the closer you get to it, but don't let that fool you, because sometimes that can disadvantage you at some point. If you do pick up the wrong one, and you do pick up the one with a gas cloud with black smoke in, then don't worry, go into the next round and dig it up again. Once you've found the one with white smoke and no black smoke in it at all, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's literally much obvious that why it's white smoke. Just hold X to pick it up, and then we'll get one onto the last one itself. The third and final one is going to be jungle defense by these boxes. Go to the left of the boxes and you will see a dig part here. As you will hear it ding and ding and ding eventually while you are looking for it, digging up, and then you will start a lockdown procedure. Now I do recommend going in as an essence trap keeping a zombie, or doing this on co-op so someone can keep the zombie. And a mangler will spawn, and that will be the start of the game. Now be prepared, I would recommend having a Reiki in this, because a lot of hellhounds will start spawning. So it's very vital that you do have Juggernog in this. Once you are done, you will see the mangler come up, so you know that you are finished with this certain step of this ether crystal, because you will see the second mangler spawn. Once the second mangler has spawned and you have killed that mangler, there's only like 2 more dogs left, and then he's done, and you can pick up the ether crystal. Congratulations, you've done all 3 crystals. Near to the final steps, you need to go to back where you saw the power steps were originally when you turned them on in ether reactors. Go to the ether reactors and hold X on all 3 of them. With that, the ether reactors are the big giant glass things that keep all the shards in. Go to every one of them, all 3 of them, and hold X on them to receive the intel from the reactors, or to put the crystal in them. I don't really know what it does, but we're holding X on them, and that's what you need to do for all 3 of them. Once done all 3 steps correctly, and you'll know you've done them correctly because your screen will start to shake rapidly, but only for like 1 to 2 seconds. Weaver will tell you to get to the OPC, and when you go inside the OPC, the startup sequence will start. But don't worry, it's not actually going to affect you in any way, it won't kill you, won't hurt you, don't worry about that. Once the startup sequence has started and it's failed, go back to Dr. Peck and speak with him. Once Dr. Pepper's finished talking, because you don't actually need to go and hold X on Dr. Peck, go towards the planning offices and go towards the door and wait. But only do this when Peck stopped talking and everyone stopped talking. Go outside the planning office and look outside. Once this has happened, you will see that Dr. Strauss and Weaver, or whoever it may be, will be talking to you about the satellite dish. Now this is very important because you need to go to the computer in the right hand side. Now I do recommend you use 80 FOV on this, because I normally want 20 FOV. But for next gen this problem is fixed, but on old gen it still happens for a couple of people. With 120 you physically cannot do this step, because you cannot see the blue dot that you need. If you switch to FOV you'll have no graphic problems whatsoever, and you need to do this. As you can see the blue dot on your screen right now, as you can see, you need to look for this thing in the bottom right corner. It is a question mark. You need to aim your blue dot on one of the yellow circles until you see that question mark flag. No other flag, you need to see that question mark on one of them, and then you can switch back to whatever FLV you want, and then the radar will start to shoot from space, into the satellite, into whatever. Weaver will then tell you to get to the whole PC. Now a lot of zombies will spawn regardless of when you have one or not. Go to this machine right here, and hold X to interact with the old PC. Don't worry, your screen has gone black because it's meant to. There is going to be a cutscene going to be triggered for you. I'm not going to include the cutscene because it's just going to cause spoilers. The final step is to complete the final boss. Just shoot him in the head when his eye glows up. That will get you the more damage that you need. You can still shoot him in the head, don't worry. But when his eye is glowing up yellow, that is when the headshot damage does the most. And you'll know you completed it because the health bar will go down to 0 and your screen will go black. This means that you have completed the boss fight and the cutscene will start. Congratulations, you have completed the Easter egg. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy yourselves. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.